Then on number 15, accessory dwelling units, presented by Vikram Chima.
There's no visual aid for this one, so we're just going to have a conversation. My name is Vikram Chima. I'm the new planning manager. I've been working at the city of Yuba City for about 60 days now. I started my career here under Dennis Cook about X number of years ago. I won't be so specific. And I moved on to practice city planning in the Bay Area and in Los Angeles, and then got my graduate degree on the East Coast. So what we're here to talk about today is to facilitate the construction of diverse and affordable housing stock in the city of Yuba City. And that diverse and affordable housing stock comes in the form of what we call ADUs, or accessory dwelling units, what has been traditionally called a granny flat or a second unit. So in order to facilitate the construction of these units, we have recommended that we, as the city of Yuba City, waive the development impact fees and connection fees that are currently related to accessory dwelling units. Right now, an accessory dwelling unit does have a fee associated with it if it's constructed. And in order to simply increase the stock of affordable housing units and to use the existing infrastructure that we have in the city, we are going to try and eliminate some of the obstacles, the majority of the obstacles, which is the financial obstacle to an accessory dwelling unit, which is the development impact fee, which it is currently subject to. And you can see the summary, the subject of your staff report is accessory dwelling unit fees. The recommendation is to waive all city collected development impact fees for new ADUs. And you can see that currently these fees total to about $22,163 per accessory dwelling unit. Really kept it short and simple. Really, this is a direction that we've heard from my interim director, Darren Gale, as a direction the City Council wanted to go in order to move quickly and decisively to address the housing stock issues that resulted from the Camp Fire and from other circumstances, general rising prices in the state of California for housing. The state of California has gone and recently in 2017 adopted some new standards for ADUs, reducing obstacles that would normally be associated with the construction of ADUs, particularly development impact fees, connection fees, also some things that are related to parking requirements that sometimes accessory dwelling units are required to provide off-street parking requirements for new units. Basically, what we're looking to do here is waive the fees and default to state law in cases where we're related to the development impact fee and the connection fee.
That it?
That is it. Yes.
All right.
Do you have any questions or concerns? Or you can open up to... there's obviously, I know there's at least one person in the audience who's here to comment.
Yep. I'd love to hear any public comment, if any. There you go. Come on up.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. My name is Eric Jins. I'm a Sutter County resident, business owner in Yuba City. I'm a building designer, and so I deal with a lot of different interest in this concept on a weekly basis. I think it would be a very good move to eliminate some fees. I hear constantly from developers and other contractors and builders and homeowners that they say, I can't do it. I want to do it, but I can't do it because the fees are prohibitive. I would encourage the recommendation that Vikram has put together. I would be in favor of that. I would also be in favor of learning a little bit more about and developing a strategy to comply and figure out how we can deal with existing setback requirements, building zoning, adjacent structures, property line, as it relates to ADUs specifically. I think that needs to be addressed immediately if we do this, because that's going to be the next question that is asked as we develop this and move forward. I've got 6 clients sitting waiting right now that say, hey, I live in the city limits, I want to do this, I want to build this, but I don't have a clear path forward. So I'm in favor of it. There's lots of people in favor of it. The state has even come down today. I think there was another proposition and some legislation that came out today that continued the advancement of the ADU proponent. So it's current, active, and ongoing, and I think it would be a great thing that the city would benefit from. So thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Anybody else care to comment? All right, bring it back to council.
Through the mayor.
Yes.
Have we permitted any accessory dwelling units here previously?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Not. Oh.
How would you know? I mean, not to your knowledge, but you've only been here a few days.
I'm referring to my interim development director.
So not to my knowledge, in the 6 months since I've been the director of the department, when the question came in from the city council, I have been at Boy Scout camp this week, and so I have not been able to go in and do an audit myself to determine if something's happened over the past few years, but we will do that and see if we've had any permits pulled for an accessory dwelling unit since the law had changed. Both in 2016 and 2017 is when laws have changed to determine to see if there was any accessory dwelling unit permit pulled within the city. And if the direction from the city council is such, we could refund them those funds, those fees.
Okay, thank you.
See the mayor?
Yep.
So on these, so they're going to build these, and they're not going to be future B&Bs, are they?
B&B regulations can be locally confined. I mean, they can be controlled by local ordinance. So ADUs, among their many multitudes of uses, are considered to be valuable rental properties for very low, and moderate income individuals. So there's the possibility that you have a individual moderate income living there. There is a possibility where you do have a rental unit for a short-term Airbnb property. That would be something that would have to be regulated. I might defer to the city attorney on that one, but I believe that might be regulated by local, more constrictive constraints.
Yes, the planning manager is absolutely correct. Currently, we do not have restrictions in place on Airbnbs and other such short-term uses less than 30 days. But if the council were inclined to do so, it could update its regulations to include it, consistent with state law.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else care to comment? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I got a lifesaver.
Through the mayor,
Yeah.
I move we adopt a resolution waiving all city-collected development impact fees for new ADUs.
There you go, well said.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, council members.
Thank you.
Thank you.